right away. We're just going to hang tight here a few minutes and let people hop on in and before we get started here. But thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. We wouldn't have a show without you guys. So if you're popping in here, let us know and give us a hi. We always like to know who's here watching. So just comment in the comments that you're here. We'll give you a shout out. I want to also, before we start, thank my producer, Drew Nadia. Drew always hangs out during Cooking with Dorothy behind the camera to do all of the... What, Drew? What do you do back there?
I just gotta hang out. I do the commentary, the comments.
Yes.
They're very important.
It is very important because we do want to hear from you guys out there. So without Drew here, it would be very difficult for me to communicate with you guys. So thank you, producer Drew.
Oh, well, thank you, Dorothy, for the mention. It's my pleasure. We have Louise in here.
Hey, Louise.
Kayla.
Hey, Kayla. I'm happy you could make it this week.
Tina Thomas.
Hey, Tina.
Kayla said, so tan.
Oh, I know. It's been so sunny here. Oh, man. Sunny and hot. We go on the beach every day.
Hilda's in here.
Hey, Hilda.
And Chantel's in here.
Hey, Chantel.
All right. We got hearts rocking. We got people tuning in. Wow. Feeling the love.
We are. So feel free to hit that heart button. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're here so we know who's tuning in. But if you like to sit back quiet, that's okay too. But we do like to know who's here so we can say hi. Say hi to you. So tonight we're going to be whipping up some chicken salad sandwiches without any dairy or gluten. We're going to have a gluten-free option as well. Before we get into it, maybe we'll just wait a couple minutes, see if we have some other people jumping on here. But let's recap a little bit about past shows. So in this segment, in this series, we're talking about healthy lunches and things that you can put in your lunch that'll fuel your body throughout the day. So we are on our first episode, we talked about hummus, and we made our own homemade hummus. And we talked about why it's best to make your own as opposed to store-bought, and that is because of the preservatives. If you are buying your own hummus, you really want to watch those ingredients. A lot of times they use lower quality oils in the hummus, and sometimes they put in some preservatives. So if you are buying hummus, watch the ingredients on those. We also talked about how hummus can be include all your macros, so that's how it helps fuel you for throughout the day. So it has your healthy carbs, it has healthy fats, and as we put the avocado oil in there, and then our fiber from our veggies as well. And then on our second show, we did the yogurt parfait, and that was more to show you how you can include variety. I've already heard on social media some moms talking about, my kids are sick of sandwiches in their lunch already, and I think it's only like the second or third week of school. So throwing in something like a Complete Truth Protein parfait, yogurt parfait bowl, will be excellent for variety. And same thing is you're getting all your macros in there, so it's going to fuel you throughout the day. If you're looking for past shows, you can find those on youtube.com/trueformlife. We have all the past shows there. Last week, we talked about staying away from those icky sandwich meats. And the reasons being is because they're full of preservatives, nitrates in there. Lots of times they're high in sodium. I know they're coming out with better than luncheon meats now, more natural selections. But still, it's so heavily processed that it's best to look to different options. Like last week, we did the dairy-free egg salad sandwich. So if you missed that one, hop onto YouTube on our YouTube channel and catch that one there. I asked you guys last show if you wanted to see another sandwich alternative for lunch and meat because it is a tough one. So tonight, that's why we're making the chicken salad sandwich here tonight. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that channel. We have our day in the life of D&D, and this coming week, Saturdays in morning, our new episodes are released. So this Saturday, it's going to be all about healthy snacks. so, Drew, maybe you could put up a link or something so they can find the channel easier.
I'm showing it to them right now.
Awesome. So please subscribe to our show. Share the show with your friends. Hit the like button. The views and the likes and the comments all help us out.
We got Dawn that jumped in here.
Hey, Dawn!
Hi, Dawn. And then I just posted the YouTube channel link as well, so you guys can find it there.
Awesome. So, Drew, if I didn't miss anything, can we jump into our recipe?
Can jump into the recipe. I wanted to ask you what the difference between lunch meats is and luncheon meats.
Is it luncheon meats? Is that East Coast thing? Luncheon meat? You will notice on my mother's grocery shopping list, like, it would say luncheon meat.
Okay, I just had to know. Maybe you want to ask our loyal followers that love us dearly if they want to share the show with their friends.
Oh, that would be fantastic if you could right now share the show on your page so that all of your friends on your page can see what you're tuning into, and hopefully they will, if you say good things about us, hopefully they'll tune in too. So if you could share the show and just put in a little write-up that says what the show's about, that would be awesome, because then we can be seen. And the more we're seen on Facebook, I guess the higher ranks we go and the more people can see us and tune in. Is that it?
That's right. I think we're ready to get into it.
I was expecting Drew to jump in and say something, and he didn't.
I'm letting you run the show. I'm just the producer. I'm hanging out back here.
Very good producer.
Thank you.
So let's get started with our chicken salad sandwich here. Let's go over ingredients before we start. Alright, so the ingredients for this one are pretty simple. We have our chicken breasts. So this is about 4 chicken breasts here. I've already pre-cooked them, as you can see. And I've just done that, sauteed them in the pan until they were cooked. 2 is probably plenty, but I'm going to do a double batch here. So in the recipe, it just calls for 2 chicken breasts, but I'm going to do 4 and do a double batch, so we have lots. Then you will need celery, 1 or 2 stalks of celery, depending on how much you like celery. And then we have some almonds here, about 1/4 cup chopped almonds there. Thank you to my producer, Drew, for chopping those up.
I'm a very good sous chef as well.
He is a very good sous chef. So Drew participated, or contributed, it might be the better word, because he chopped the almonds. Then we have some cranberries here, some dried cranberries. Just a little note about dried fruit. Dried fruit's a tough one. We don't need a ton of dried fruit because it's hard to find it without sugar. So lots of times they put cane sugar in dried fruit or refined sugar, and those are the sugars that we want to stay away from because they're highly processed. That's the right word, right? Highly refined, highly processed. The refined sugar, the white sugar, and the cane sugars. If we are looking for sugar, we want something that's raw, that's brown, and not that conventional brown sugar in the baking section. So that's why Drew and I lots of times just skip out on the dried fruit, is because there's usually sugar in there, and then oils, and usually it's a less than quality oil. So just really, really pay attention to those dried fruits when you're buying them. This one is a clean one. It's organic mixed berries here, and there's no preservatives and no sugar in this one here. So that's what you'll want to find. We find that if the package says like sun dried, usually when they're sun dried, depending on the brand, you really got to watch closely. There's usually not any sugar. It's just the fruit. So you want to find dried fruit that is just the fruit ingredient list. So that was long-winded. But moving on, ingredient-wise, we have our Himalayan salt and our pepper, and we're using a non-dairy yogurt for instead of mayo. So this one here is not our favorite brand, but when we went to the grocery store, they did not have our favorite brand, which is the Kite Hill almond yogurt. That's our favorite one. This one is a cashew yogurt, which we probably wouldn't recommend because it's not tasting the best, but it is a dairy-free option. There's also coconut yogurts out there as well. which are pretty good. So that's what we have today because that is what was at the grocery store. It was funny because they were kind of, would you say, sold out, Drew? Like sold out of a bunch of things. And
They're sold out.
she was stocking the shelves, but when we were there, but they still didn't. I asked her if they had the Kite Hill, and she said no, it was on back order or something like that. So that's what we have to work with tonight. I'll show you our Kite Hill yogurt another time. So, any questions?
Well, we had Dawn shared the show.
Nice, thank you, Dawn.
And then Chantel said she shared the show as well.
Yay, thank you.
And then Dawn said, I still love your apron, Dorothy. Drew, do you have one too? Hilarious, Dawn. I knew you were going to say something.
Thank you, Dawn.
No, I don't, Dawn. Just Dorothy does.
Maybe we should get him an apron.
Does sous chefs get an apron?
Yeah, they do. You know what we need, you guys? We need the hats. The chef hats.
Oh, the
That's
chef
what we
hat.
need.
We have Jane jumped in here.
Hey, Mom.
And then Marcel.
Hey, Marcel.
We got lots of company, lots of
Jane
people.
and Marcel, Mom and Marcel, is way on the East Coast in New Brunswick. It must be like your bedtime story, this show. Your bedtime show.
Christy Hart's on Instagram,
Hey,
too.
Christy. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we got lots going on. Let's keep it rocking.
All right. Let's get started. So, last show... my mom's in here now, so we can ask her the question that we had last show. Because last show I cut my eggs with this kitchen scissors, and Drew thinks it's hilarious that I cut eggs with the kitchen scissors, but I like my eggs chunky, and that's just how I like to do it. Somebody said, Dorothy, does your mom cut eggs with the kitchen scissors? And I said, I don't think so, but maybe you do, Mom. Let us know. Don't know where I got this little trick from. But I said to Drew before we started the show, I said, be prepared. Because not only do I cut the eggs with my kitchen scissors, but I'm going to cut the chicken breast with my kitchen scissors too. So, Mom, answer.
Marcel says we're night owls.
I can tell, Marcel. Holy.
Jane says your dad has a red chef hat.
Oh, so cool. Marcel, I think you guys were grocery shopping last night at like 9 p.m. And I said to Drew, oh my gosh, how can they still be awake walking around the grocery store at 9 p.m.? I'm just gonna cut up the chicken chunky. So you can use a knife, of course, but I just like to use the kitchen scissors.
Jane says nope, paring knife.
Where did I get it from then? It wasn't my mom. That's crazy. So, Drew, tell us a story while I cut the chicken up.
Okay, let me get the other camera here. So, Dawn said that I often wear a tukwai while I'm baking, Drew.
That's cool.
I don't believe that. I'm going to have to see that, Dawn.
You don't believe it.
Baking with my toucan gangster rap.
Nice!
Oh my gosh. What was I doing? Oh, I went over to Dawn's house one time and she was baking and there was like her like rap in the background and I was like, are you rapping like rocking out to gangster rap?
Hey, she was.
It was pretty funny.
Well, you guys, I have a confession to make. I listen to some pretty hardcore gangster rap when I run. And I do. I'll confess. But it's Drew's fault.
Oh my! Don't bring me into this. I had nothing to.
Drew has this old iPod from like when, Drew?
It was like 10 years ago.
More probably than 10 years ago. But anyway, I needed something to listen to. This was years ago. I needed something to listen to while I was training. At that time, I was training for my fitness competition. I had to do like 2 hours of cardio. And I needed something to listen to. So, I borrowed Drew's iPad and there was all of this rap music on it.
Old school rap music.
Old school rap.
She still does
and
it.
I still listen to it. I went for a run today. And I was listening to that. So, if you are a runner out there, or if you listen to music while you exercise, what kind of music do you listen to? Any other gangster rappers out there?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me read a couple of comments here. Chandra said, you only get an apron, Drew, if we see you chop the nuts.
That's a good point.
Okay, Chandra. Then I don't have to worry about coming on camera. Then we got Marcel.
Did you listen to Gangster Rap while you were on Marcel?
Marcel said, Mike quit and wouldn't go shopping with me. But you'll be happy to hear I caved and bought ginger.
Yeah, you did.
Yes. Good job, Marcel.
Just a little bit, Marcel. Just stretch your comfort zone just a little and try a little tiny piece.
Don says, next week, can you rap while you cook, Dorothy?
Oh my gosh!
I heard you're awesome at dropping the beat.
Oh dear, this is getting a little off topic, but it's hilarious.
You should see Dorothy dance if you think she can drop a beat.
You know what is hilarious is Drew thinks he can dance, and I'm always saying to him, Drew, you can't dance either.
I'm a very good dancer.
And he actually thinks he's a good dancer.
Dorothy grew up, or this is like telling on each other, Dave. Dorothy grew up with like music in her family. When I first met her, she had no idea what a beat was.
No, that's not true.
Don't lie!
I couldn't find the beat.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I knew what it was. It was just difficult to find it.
Dorothy couldn't find a beat to save her life, and I taught her how to find a beat. So now she can.
Well, Mom, if my mom's still listening, she'll remember, because I was in dancing class, like I took tap and jazz, and like, I just remember, like, the teacher always, like, having to take me to the side and be like, okay, Dorothy, let's find the beat. Because I just wanted to, like, dance to my own beat.
Because you didn't know what the beat was.
Why do I have to dance to your beat? I got my own beat.
It's the beat of the music.
But who says you need to follow that beat?
Oh, Chandra says, Chelsea says hi, we're watching while we eat dinner.
Hey, guys.
How
hey,
cool
Chelsea.
is that? That's awesome that you guys are hanging out, eating. Then we have Louise just messaged here. And she said, rap music in your era. No rap music for me. Kind of eclectic with my music, but mostly 70s.
Nice.
What's your favorite 70s band or music, Louise? Don says, hilarious. And your dad says, and the beat rolls on.
That's right.
Greg, did you teach your daughter some musician skills? Dorothy's always like, she's like, you have no music background. She's like, the recorder doesn't even count.
Drew thinks that, oh my, we're getting severely off topic, but that's okay. So, Drew didn't really do music. Well, you didn't do music lessons.
I did the recorder.
And he said, yeah, I did music lessons. I did the recorder. I said, that's not even an instrument, it's a toy!
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Chandra says, Dorothy, we love your beat.
Yeah.
And see her move? That's serious right there. That's not a joke.
No, this is the move, you guys. Drew, give me a beat.
Oh my god.
You know it's serious when the finger pointing comes out.
Don says, Dorothy just moves to the best of her own drum. That's right.
The beat of my own drum.
Yeah, it's true. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
My mom says, I love LL Cool J. She actually does. What's that show you always watch, Mom?
All right. Should we
keep
going on the recipe?
Should we do some recipe stuff?
So I chopped my chicken. This is 4 chicken breasts, and I don't know how to be serious now because we were just being so silly. And all we have to do now, guys, is just throw in all of the ingredients. So I've already pre-chopped it, so it'll go really quick. About 1 or 2 stalks of celery, depending how much you like celery. If you don't even like celery, don't put it in. And then about 1/4 cup of your dried cranberries. And then it was about 1/4 cup of chopped almonds. So what's great is you can really make the recipe your own with the measurements. The measurements are just a suggestion. If you like a little more cranberry, put a bit more cranberry. If you like a little bit more almonds, you can do that as well. Or make it less if there's something you don't like.
Christy says, okay, Freaks by Savage or Timmy Somebody, like we don't know the last name, is a great running song. And Flow Rider!
Whoa!
And then Christy says, I agree, Dorothy. Dance like no one is watching.
That's right.
She doesn't know any other way, Christy.
Oh, it's funny. Okay, so I'm just putting a sprinkle of Himalayan salt and pepper in here. And then we have a couple more things to do. But the biggest thing to do is put our yogurt in there. So this is the cashew yogurt. I would suggest a coconut yogurt or almond yogurt for non-dairy option, but that wasn't available at the store when we went today, so I just have to live with the cashew one. It's not my favorite one, and this one, I'm just going to pour it in. I'm going to start with a half cup and then see how I like the consistency. And if I have to add a little more, I'll add a little more after that.
We got a few comments in. Are you in the middle of something there?
No, you can go ahead because I'm going to mix.
Okay. So Dawn says, I love onions and pickles in my chicken salad.
That's a good one. Ooh, that's a great question. Let us know what... Pardon?
What about like capers?
Drew is all about the capers.
I'll put capers in anything.
I introduced you to capers, didn't I?
I didn't even know they existed
You didn't
before.
even know what capers was, and I went through like a lox and bagels kind of stage way back, and introduced Drew to capers. And he puts them on everything, you guys.
I'll put capers on anything. Chan just said, what other dried fruit do you guys use for variety?
Oh, our favorite is dates. Is our favorite dried fruit. Apricots we really like. What else, Drew, do you like?
I like dried blueberries. Really, that's my favorite.
Those ones are hard to find. Like that don't have like sugar or oil in them. The blueberries. I find. If you guys know around, let me know.
We have a couple more comments in here. Maybe you guys could answer. Like Chandra asked, what your favorite?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. What do you guys like for variety with dried fruit? Let us know your favorite dried fruit.
All right, I'm trying to keep up, guys. So just hang with me here.
Just gonna leave the last couple steps till you're done, Drew.
Okay, we got Jessica in here. Said, hi guys.
Hey Jessica.
Cranberries and almonds in chicken salad is the best.
Mm-hmm. You know what Drew said to me before we did this recipe? He says, have I ever had this before? And I was like, Drew, get your head a shake. Yes, we have had this before. But he's still not convinced that we've ever had this before. So, is this your first time making this recipe? And I said, it's a recipe in the monthly membership, Drew. So our monthly membership, we do a meal plan every week for our members, and we got some of our members in here right now. We have Dawn and Louise and Chantel in here. Drew, let me know if I missed anybody. So we do a meal plan every week for them. It goes out on a Friday, and then we prepare over the weekend. We get our groceries and we do our prep so that we're ready for the Monday. But this chicken salad sandwich recipe is in our monthly membership, and it has been for a long time. Drew's like, did I ever have that before? Because we always, we don't put recipes in our meal plans that we haven't had ourselves. So if we have a new recipe, we always have to make sure that we try it first before we put it in our meal plan. So yes, Drew, you have had it.
That was a long explanation. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Hilda was talking about NCIS Los Angeles with LL Cool J. That's right. He started off rapping. It's true. Then Jane says the Beatles, of course, Yellow Submarine and Hey Jude.
That's where I get it from, Drew. My love of the Beatles.
Chan just said, don't you forget who introduced you to capers, Drew. And, okay, I won't change it. That's very important. We have Louise that said dates are my favorite dried fruit.
Yeah, me too, Louise.
And we have Dawn that says dates and apricots.
Ooh, that's
very
neat.
Nice. And then, there you go.
Those are the orange. Yeah, those are the apricots that I like. Yeah.
And then Jessica says dried strawberries taste like candy.
Oh, they're so good. I forgot about dried strawberries. Thank you for reminding me. There's this awesome recipe I should share sometime, but you slice up the strawberries really, really, really thin, and you bake them on really low in the oven. And then you have dried strawberries, but they taste so much like candy. They're so delicious. Thank you for reminding me of that. Now we have to make some. We just got some strawberries at the farmer's market last week, and seriously, they tasted like little like candies, didn't they, Drew?
They're amazing.
Oh my gosh.
They literally taste like candy.
Yeah.
Jessica said, or dried kiwi.
Oh, I never had dried kiwi before. Yum. Oh, you know what's a new one that I like? That's new to me, not new. Mango, dried mango.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Lindsay said, I missed the beginning. Did you cook the chicken breast and chop it?
So I didn't cook them. They're
Great
raw.
question, Lindsay.
It's sushi. Sashimi. Lindsay's sashimi chicken salad.
Oh my gosh. If you missed the whole laugh fest, Lindsay, Dorothy actually cut her chicken breast with scissors. Not chopped with a knife.
You can chop it with a knife if you want, but scissors is way more convenient in my opinion.
Chandra wants to know if you put dates in your chicken salad.
No, I do not. But you know what I do with dates is I open the date up, take the pit out, and put a little bit of peanut butter in the middle. That's delicious. And if you want to get real adventurous, you could put a little slice of banana with some cinnamon on the top. Oh, that's a real good treat. Lindsay, you missed it. You'll have to go back and watch. But what we did do to recap is we did chop up our chicken breast and we have our celery. So we put chopped celery in there, cranberries, dried cranberries, and chopped up almonds. So Lindsay, you'll have to go back. You know, I was thinking of, Lindsay and I have been friends forever. But I was actually going through how many years that Lindsay and I have been friends, and it was over 20 years. Can you imagine?
No.
20 years.
That's a long time.
We met in grade 6.
Kayla wanted to know if anyone dried their own before, and Jessica says she has in the oven, low and slow.
The strawberries?
I think they're talking about dates.
Oh, dates. I've never did my own dates before. No.
And Jessica says she has a dehydrator now.
Yeah. We love our dehydrator too.
Lindsay says we're so old.
We're so old! 20 years! That is crazy.
Yes, Kayla says I should pull up my dehydrator. Just sounds delicious.
And you know, we dehydrate a lot of veggies too. So our kale and
beets.
Beets. We dehydrate
raw burgers.
Beets. Raw burgers. We dehydrate tomatoes sometimes. Yeah, so dehydrators are awesome for that kind of stuff.
Christy wanted to know, she said, do you have a favorite brand of dried fruit where they don't have added sugar?
What is that one, Drew? Oh gosh, I'm really not, I should be better at remembering name brands, but one is called like Sun something.
Sun-dried, maybe?
No, it's like the name brand, like Sunripe or Sun...
Ooh, could be Sunripe.
And they are all, it's just the fruit and dried by the sun. So if you look at the ingredient list, it just says the fruit. So we buy our apricots from that brand, and they're not like the orange apricots. They're like brownish because they were dried by the sun and they don't have any preservatives. And dried fruit should actually, like dried pineapple, dried apricots, they should actually have a brownish tinge if they were dried by the sun. They get their color from the preservatives, so that they keep their color. So they put preservatives in the dried fruit so it does keep its color. So that's something to look out for too. If you have dried apricots, for example, and they are still bright orange, and that's not really natural. So just so you're aware. Darn, I wish I knew that brand.
It's okay. You can message her after.
Good idea. I'll take a look and message you after.
We're almost at 1,000 hearts, guys.
Woo! Thank you.
We are rocking along. What's next, Dorothy?
Well, we only have one step left, and all I do at the end, you guys, is take a lemon wedge and just squeeze, squeeze some lemon in there, and you can taste it to see if you need more salt or pepper. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can taste that to see if you need more salt or pepper or anything else. But that's pretty much it. And then I wanted to talk about bread for a minute. I know I said the recipe was going to be gluten-free, and I'll give you the gluten-free option in a minute. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about bread for a minute because it's a tough one. Bread is usually a lower quality food. But we can get a nice sprouted grain bread that won't be as harmful for our bodies. One way to pick out a good source or nutritious bread is to go ahead and look at the ingredients right away. And you will be shocked because some breads have a long list of ingredients. We want our foods to have 5 ingredients max would be nice.
One?
Bread, well, yeah, but packaged food is not going to have 1 ingredient, unfortunately. But that would be ideal, 1 ingredient. But when we're looking to bread, we want to be about 5 ingredients. Bread's a difficult one, so you'll probably get up to 6, 7 ingredients. But we want to make sure that it's all ingredients that we can pronounce what it is and we know what it is. As soon as you get into all of these crazy words that you can't pronounce, you can't spell, you can't repeat, then you know...
Can't weed?
You can't weed it. Then you know that you should just put it back on the shelf. So this one here is a sprouted grain bread, non-GMO. And the reason we want to find a sprouted grain bread is because it processes or digests in our bodies so much easier. Because a lot of times the grains in the wheat is really hard on our digestive system. So it helps digestion, and we get more nutrients when the grains are sprouted as well. So that's my bread talk. Drew, did I miss anything, or do I need to add anything to the bread talk?
No, it was good.
It was good. A plus.
Well, I just think that a lot of times there's low quality breads on the market now. So breads are much different from than when our grandparents used to, where we used to have local shops on every corner. Mm. And now it's much different. So bread has changed its form in many different ways. So it's hard to find a good quality bread. Mm-hmm.
One brand that we really enjoy is Silverheads. I don't know where that came from. It's Silver Hills, you guys. Silverheads. Silver Hills, and there's called squirrely bread, isn't it true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one we really enjoy. And it's quite easy to find in the grocery store as well. Of course, whenever we're looking to higher quality items, it's going to cost a little bit more. So it's not going to be your 99-cent bread.
Wonder Bread.
Your 99-cent Wonder Bread, but you're definitely going to get more out of it than you would that 99-cent bread. So from here, when you're doing your sandwich, you just, I'm just going to take this dirty plate away. You can add some lettuce to your sandwich and just scoop on your, I'm just going to take the end off. It's a little hard. So we would just put our lettuce on one slice. Drew would probably put mustard.
Put mustard on everything.
Mustard on everything.
Mustard and capers.
You could put some avocado slices on the one side as well, and that would be great to add a healthy fat. Because here we have our protein content with our chicken high in protein. We have a little bit of healthy fat from the almonds, but it's not going to offer a whole bunch. So if you want to add some sliced avocado, you can do that to that side. I was not prepared for that. I just thought of that. And then we can just scoop that on to our sandwich. And we have a cranberry chicken almond sandwich. Just taking snapshots of me.
Taking some screenshots.
I feel like I have to admit I'm quite messy in the kitchen. So it's a little bit of pressure for me to make it look so nice.
Why don't you just get messy? Just let it rock and let it hang out. Jessica said, in our home we say if it lasts longer than 7 days, it isn't a good bread.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool, Jessica. That's a good way to put it.
So there is our chicken salad sandwich. You know what? I just thought of this. You could even let scrap. I don't know what the right word is, but you could even eat the sandwich open faced like this and only have the one piece of bread if you wanted to skip on the top slice. But you don't have to. I just thought of that as we were doing that.
Can you hold that up?
Do you want to open?
Open. Oh, that looks good. I can't wait. You know what my favorite part about cooking with Dorothy is? I get to eat it after. I'm going to need you to smile at the camera. Thank you. That's for marketing purposes, team.
That's marketing, team. So the next one I wanted to show you, because I did tell you guys I was going to do a gluten-free option. I'm sure you've already guessed what I'm going to do here. But what we're going to do for our gluten-free option is we're actually going to use a lettuce wrap. If you're buying gluten-free bread, you, again, have to be really careful because a lot of breads they have now a lot of different gluten-free breads out there, but the ingredients are just horrible. So you really have to pay the same amount of attention if you are buying a gluten-free bread and really read the ingredients as well, because there's some gluten-free breads out there that have a long list of ingredients as well. So just because it says gluten-free doesn't mean that it's a healthier option. So just be careful with that. You could do a regular flatbread wrap as well if you wanted. But again, the ingredients are difficult in wraps. So just really watch your ingredients on those. But the lettuce wrap is going to be like our egg salad wrap last week. We're just going to put our chicken salad in the middle of the lettuce leaf. So we want to buy romaine lettuce that has nice big leaves so it fits our stuff.
Lindsay says, Wonder Bread, so soft and smooshy.
Lindsay, I better not catch you eating that crap.
Guilty pleasure. It's not even food, Lindsay. And then Chandra says, there's your dinner, Drew. That's right, Chandra.
It is his dinner!
It is.
So then I usually just tear off the crunchy. I just eat this parts on their own. But then you can just wrap it up like so. It's a little messy to eat, but that's part of the enjoyment is the mess. So that would be it in a lettuce wrap. If you need a picture.
I need you to smile. Thank you. You're so serious when you're talking.
Drew was trying to find a picture for cooking with Dorothy or something, and he couldn't find one of me smiling because he said I was too serious.
So serious.
In the pictures. If you are packing this one to go for lunch, the chicken salad sandwich, I would suggest, especially with the lettuce wraps, to pack the chicken salad in a different container. So it's probably going to make your bread mushy too. You don't really like mushy bread. Well, I don't think anybody would like mushy bread. So just pack your bread separately from the chicken salad, or your lettuce wraps too. Pack them separately. You could try to pack them together, but it might just be a little bit messy and challenging on the go. So pack them separately.
Louise says gluten-free bread doesn't hold up well in a sandwich.
Yeah, Louise would know all about that. We don't really eat bread that often, and gluten-free not really, so yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, she said if you aren't eating it right away, I suggest putting the filler in a container and spread it on later. That's a great tip, Louise.
Yeah, thank you, Louise.
And Greg has a comment here.
Oh dear, brace yourselves.
Buttered Wonder Bread and molasses. Maritime dessert. Yummy.
It's so true, though. White bread with butter and molasses is a maritime thing. I can remember Dad doing that. I'm sure you still do it.
Chandra says Donnie agrees, Greg.
Did it become a family show?
You Maritimers and your food selections. Keep those hearts coming. We're just going to wrap things up here, guys.
Yeah, that's it, you guys. So that's just another way that you can make a sandwich and stay away from those luncheon meats. If you missed last luncheon meats,
or lunch meats.
Luncheon meats.
Can you guys leave the comments if you think it's a lunch meat or a luncheon meat?
Mom, you better back me up on this. It's luncheon meat.
Lindsay said, no wonder we all have gut problems. And then Chandra said, top it off with fluff.
Oh gosh, fluff. That was like a treat at my grandpa's house.
That's not food either.
That's not food either. Alright, so you want to wrap it up, Drew?
I'm gonna wrap it up. This is fun. I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave either.
Well, my mom says it's lunch, so I get it from her.
Lunch meat? It just doesn't sound complete.
Your mom says definitely luncheon meat.
I know, right, Mom? Lunch meat just isn't complete. What is a lunch meat anyway? It's a luncheon meat.
What does lunch-in mean? Like lunch-in?
It's not lunch-in, it's luncheon.
It's like you're having lunch meat. It's for lunch. You're not having...
So what would you call meat you have at supper? Supper meat?
Yes.
Oh, no!
Exactly. Do you call it luncheon? When you're like, hey, let's have a luncheon meal.
No, luncheon meat.
Lindsay says lunch meat too.
Darn it, Lindsay!
Yes!
Now you're on my side!
Christy says lunch meat too. Yeah!
Oh, man!
Kayla says, Brett says it's lunch meat too. You guys are outnumbered.
This is a Keith thing. You can only say luncheon meat if you're a Keith, I guess.
What about Chandra? Chandra, what do you and Donnie call it?
Oh, we need some more luncheon meats out there.
Chandra says luncheon meat.
Yeah, it's a Keith thing. Because we're cool that way. We come up with our own words. There should be a Keith family dictionary.
Oh my
Because
god.
my dad makes up words too.
Oh my gosh. Chandra's got all kinds of rules. She says luncheon meat when you eat in, lunch meat when you take it out. That's way too confusing, Chandra. It should just be lunch meat. Let's get together on this one. Jane says they're all wrong, Dorothy.
That's right, Mom. We stick together.
Oh, that was fun. You want to wrap things up, or you want to hang out here?
We just want to tell you guys a couple of things that we've got going on. So we talked earlier about our monthly membership, and so that's where we do our meal planning, and every week giving you meal plan workouts in there. We have an awesome community of supportive people together. So if you want more information on our monthly membership, definitely let us know, and we'll be happy to tell you more about that. We have our brand new D&D life, and it's our new YouTube show. Drew is messing me up on the title of it because Drew says, "What do you say? Adventures of D&D." But the show is actually called Day in the Life of D&D, and it's our brand new YouTube show, exclusive on YouTube. So please take the time to subscribe to our channel. And we release a new episode every Saturday morning. So I don't think of a better way to wake up on a Saturday morning than do our show. But we release that on Saturday mornings, and we just walk you through day in the life with us. So we go through workouts, we go through meals, business stuff, adventures, traveling, all kinds of different topics. Last week we released our 3-day keto cleanse. So we took you through all of the steps that we did when we did our cleanse. And then this one coming out on Saturday, our new one is going to be all about healthy snacks. So we'll take you through a day of snacks. We got some workouts in this new episode coming up as well as a little confession cam. So we try to be as real, or we are as real as possible in these videos because we want it to be a true reflection of what we do and how we live. So check that out, youtube.com/trueform. Trueform Life. I think we're in like our 8th episode or something. What else, Drew?
Just a challenge.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited to be starting on our CTP, our Complete Truth Protein group on Facebook, a baking challenge. So a lot of times we do smoothie challenges, we do fitness challenges, but we've never done a challenge with baking before. So we're going to be doing that on the Complete Truth Protein group. And we're going to be giving out more information about that. It's not going to start this coming Friday, but it's going to start the Friday after. It's going to be 7 days, 7 new recipes, 1 new recipe a day. And the idea or purpose behind it is to stock your freezer with a bunch of healthy snacks. So we're going to do muffins, we're going to do cookies, we're going to do granola bars, and each day you're going to prepare a different recipe so that you can fill your freezer with healthy treats. So if you want more info on that, let us know in the comments right now. You can let us know that you're interested in our baking challenge.
It's free?
It's free. Yeah, it's free. It's completely free. So just let us know in the comments that you're interested in the baking challenge, and we can make sure we write your name on the list as interested. And that's just happening in our Complete with Protein group on Facebook. So if you're not in our group, let us know, because we can add you to that. Or can they send a request?
Yeah, they can either send a
Or
request.
you can send a request. It's just CTP.
Oh boy. It should be easier. It's Facebook.com/trueformlife. Oh no, sorry. Facebook.com/CTP Nutrition Community.
Oh dear. You better put a link up, Drew. Can you put a link up in the comments?
Yeah.
Okay, Drew will put a link in the comments for our group. So if you're interested in joining the group and you're not already, you can request to join or send us a message and we can add you really, really simply.
Uh-oh, is that another new word?
That's another new word.
Look out.
So, I think that's it, guys.
Greg had a very important comment before we go. He said your fridge doors are on backwards.
What do you mean? On backwards?
I think he means the doors are supposed to open up the other way.
The other way?
Never a dull moment.
That's very important. So, what you need to do, Dad, is you need to fly out here so you can fix my fridge.
I'd like to see how you put doors on the other way. So, I put the group in the link below. So, if you guys want to request to be into the group, or if you're not in the group, let us know. Or you can click that button there. Facebook.com/CTP Nutrition Community. That's it.
There you go. And we put all kinds of posts up there in the Complete Truth Protein group. And it's not just Complete Truth Protein recipes, but we put up all different kinds of nutrition information up on there as well. So radio shows, blog posts, all kinds of different stuff. And other people contribute to the group as well, and posting different recipes and different ideas and ask questions and comments. So it's a nice little community to be a part of.
Very concerned about the fridge here. Jane says yes, it is. Lindsay says that she agrees. We're going to have to get a brand new fridge just to make you guys happy.
It's a detail that I didn't even notice.
Maybe it's on the wrong side of the kitchen. If it was on the other side of the kitchen, would it work?
Is it upside down? Well, no, because the freezer would be on the bottom.
Hilda said, great show, guys. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
And then Chandra wanted to know, is that kombucha on the top of the fridge?
It is. Oh dear, this could just keep rolling. This is our kombucha. Right here. This batch isn't ready yet. Drew, do you want to talk about your kombucha?
No, I think we're good. We can talk about kombucha all day. We drink kombucha every morning. It's important. It's a staple in our life. It's a staple in our health for improved gut health. We talk about our monthly membership all the time. We teach people how to make it. It's definitely something that's important to us, so we have it displayed everywhere, which is why you see it on the fridge, or you'll see it in most of our videos, because we usually have it in the house somewhere.
Yeah.
Christy says, thanks, guys. You both rock.
Thank you, Christy. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We'd love to hang out with you guys, but we should respect everyone's time.
And I think Drew's hungry. He wants to eat.
I want to eat those
chicken, so.
wraps. Your dad wanted to know, how much do you drink?
Kombucha? We drink a few ounces a morning, probably 3 to 5 ounces. Every morning, would you say?
A small glass. I don't know.
A small glass. You don't have to chug a big glass full of kombucha. You can just have a small amount every day. The biggest thing with the fermented foods is to be consistent. So if you have a small amount every single day, that's what's important, is getting into the routine of having it all the time. If you just have a gallon of it here and there, it's not going to have the same effect as if you have it consistently. But we would recommend a small glass, 3 ounces, 4 or 5 ounces max, probably, is enough.
Yeah, and for us, like to have it every day and consistently. Sometimes people have it like once or twice, and like it's not really for me. We highly recommend trying it out and giving it an honest chance. Mm-hmm. And like, when do you drink it, Dorothy?
First thing. First thing that goes in my body when I wake up. So right right away before I have any food or before I do anything, that is the very first thing I do, is have my kombucha. Same is true.
And then other times when you're going to have hard to digest foods?
Oh yeah, that's true too. If you've consumed food that is giving you some digestion issues, you can have it after. But it's more effective if you have it before you have hard to digest food. So for example, we don't eat out a lot. So when we go to a restaurant and eat out, we know they're probably going to be cooking with oils that we don't normally consume, or there's going to be things that aren't a part of our regular diet that we're consuming. So we would have kombucha before we went out and ate at a restaurant. Dairy doesn't agree with me, and I try 100% to stay away from it, but it's difficult at times to stay away from it 100%. If I know I'm going somewhere that's going to have the dairy, or if I know I'm having something with dairy in it, I'll have some kombucha beforehand to help with the digestion of it. Same with wheat. So it's not something that agrees with me. It just gives me cramps and bloating. So I will, if I'm going to have a piece of bread, which is not that often, or something with gluten in it, then I'll have some kombucha before I eat it.
And then what about store-bought kombucha?
He's just making me answer all the questions.
Well, you're in front of the camera.
So, well, I suppose I am in front of the camera. Store-bought kombucha is a good place to start if you haven't had kombucha before. But we do suggest making your own because then you can be in control of what you put in it. A lot of times the store-bought kombucha is made with refined sugar. A lot of times it's cane sugar, which isn't the best quality sugar. So we would suggest making your own so that you can choose the type of sugar that goes into your kombucha. They also put a lot of flavoring into the store-bought kombucha. And a lot of times it's juices and things like that, and we don't always know what it is. But if you make your own, you're in control. You can control what sugar goes in there, what tea goes in there, what brand of tea, and what quality of tea goes in there. And you can flavor it yourself. But absolutely, if you're not having any kombucha at all, it would be better to have store-bought than none at all.
That's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Or you can try lemon water instead.
Oh, right. That's true, too. There's some people that don't enjoy the fizziness of the kombucha. So you could try lemon water first thing in the morning, too. I like my lemon water warm, so you just could boil or from your kettle or boil up some warm water, throw some lemon in there, and that's going to help with your gut health as well. It helps what's that word I can't say?
Alkalize.
Helps alkalize your gut.
Christy says, next live show, Kombucha 101.
I'm thinking.
That's a great idea.
Well, you know what? We're going to finish up, I guess, this block. I think we only have 2 more episodes left of our lunch, our healthy lunches. Then I was thinking about doing a pumpkin series because it's fall, like 6 shows about pumpkins. I suppose if you didn't like pumpkins, that wouldn't be a good thing. But maybe you can let us know in the comments if you want us to focus on fall treats. So we could do pumpkin spice cookies. We could do the muffins, pancakes, smoothie, pumpkin smoothie. But yeah. So let us know in the comments below if you want a pumpkin thing. And Christy, I think that the kombucha workshop is an excellent idea. Drew is truly the kombucha expert. It is not myself. I could make kombucha if I chose to. But I have to be honest with you guys and say that Drew puts all the work into the kombucha making. So maybe, Drew, you could come on as a special guest.
Ooh, I would like... Thanks for inviting me.
You could come on as my special guest and do a kombucha workshop. I think that's a great idea. We also have another fermented food drink. It's a ginger bug. We love that one as well. And that one's great if you don't have the SCOBY. So the SCOBY is the mother, the how do you call that? The healthy
yes, the mother.
Yep. That sits on top and ferments the water. So the SCOBY eats the sugar and in the tea, the caffeine from the tea, which ferments your water. But with a ginger bug, you don't need a SCOBY. It's not as gross. So I think the SCOBY is kind of gross. It reminds me of a jellyfish. Drew thinks it's super cool, like mad scientist, super cool. So it kind of depends what personality you like. If you like ooey slimy things, if not, ginger bug would be for you. So with the ginger bug, we have videos of this too, Drew, of how to make a ginger bug.
What's a ginger bug?
How to make a ginger bug. So we could throw those videos up in the comments too, Drew. The ginger bug one and.
Oh
right?
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we got lots.
Anyway,
for sure.
We have lots of content. So
Amy says I love lemon water, and then Marcel says I've been loving infused water lately, especially with lemon and oranges.
Yeah, a lot of people tell us how difficult it is to drink water because we recommend 2 liters of water a day. More if you're a guy, sorry guys. Guys about 3 liters. Women about 2. And that is hard for a lot of people because it's something that you have to be constantly aware of is drinking your water. And a lot of times it just sits there all day and we don't even drink it. But things like that, like Marcel was saying, infusing your water with fruit helps make it more enjoyable to drink. And a lot of people tell us, well, water tastes so gross. But then one time, I think it was Drew, you never really we never really understood why people would think water tastes gross, but we had water from our tap. It was stinky. Remember that time, Drew?
Yeah, it was horrible.
And it was so horrible. And we're like, well, that's why. Because people drinking tap water, right, there's that yucky taste. So always make sure you drink filtered water and infuse it with fruit. I'm a big fan of essential oils, if you don't already know that about me. So we will put a drop of lime essential oil or orange essential oil in our water. Just make sure that if you're using essential oils, that they're the therapeutic grade, because if they are not, they're not going to be food grade. So you want a food grade essential oil if you are putting it in your water. So be very careful about that, because if it's not a food grade essential oil and you're consuming it, it can actually do more harm to your health than help your health. So just watch out for that. And what else? Drinking through I wish I had ours through. Drinking with a lid or a cover. For some reason, it's just easier when you can have a little top lid on there. We're not big fans of plastic straws at all because we see them littered all over the beach, and then they get in the ocean and the fish think they're food. So we stay away from plastic straws as much as you can. But there are some nice stainless steel straws that you can get. Drinking through a straw helps with water intake and hydration as well.
So Jane said I've been having lemon juice with hot water every morning.
Nice job, Mom.
Awesome, Jane. And then Trudy's talking about her SCOBY here. I made a fresh batch of kombucha, been out for a while, and I've been missing it.
Aw, that's great.
We know
Good job, Trudy.
We know what you mean, Trudy. When we've run out or have one that we're missing, we always miss it as well.
Yeah.
Greg says, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Greg says, my SCOBY is 4 inches thick. And, of course, Chandra says this is a family show. Chandra, this is live. Contain yourself. Kayla,
and you want to know why I'm so crazy? Welcome to the Keith Show.
You guys could have your own show.
Oh, the Keith family. You know, Drew always says that about me, or says it lots of times about me, is that I could be a TV show. I could just have, a comedy or a sitcom just following me around all day.
It's true.
It could be a show.
Kayla says I need a new SCOBY. When I moved away, my girlfriend took mine to take care of, and now I am SCOBY-less.
Oh, no! That's the thing with the SCOBYs is, like my dad was saying, his is my dad's SCOBY is big. And thick. But you can peel those layers off and then share them with friends. So, when we're back in old We have a big SCOBY, don't we?
We got lots.
Yeah, we have lots of SCOBYs. So if you need one, we can definitely share the SCOBY love when we're back in Olds.
Maybe just mention about kombucha there for gas, bloating, and digestion, bowel movements, why they would choose.
So the reason why you would drink kombucha?
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at? So kombucha is, probiotic, right, Joe? Probiotic. So it helps us digest our food. So if we're having gas or bloating or indigestion, like a digestion issue, then that's what the kombucha is for. That's what it's going to help with. It's going to help us digest food better, more easily, and help us feel better. And it's just really good for your gut health. Drew, you had recently someone on your radio show or something. You have to help me out here. And they were saying how your gut is your second brain.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was so interesting.
Like, especially your immune system, like your immune system resides in large part in your gut. So if you're not feeling well often, instead of looking to external circumstances, look inside and what you're putting in your body and what your gut's trying to digest, because many times we are ill often, and it has everything to do with the foods we're putting in our body, or the foods we aren't putting in our body.
Right.
We just have a couple comments here. Your dad says, does it help with heartburn?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You know what else helps with heartburn too is ginger. So you can heartburn's great. I was going to say ginger's great. It's good for so many different things. But you can make a tea with your ginger root. So slice off a piece of your ginger root, put it in hot water and boiling hot, like in your teacup. Put it like you're going to make tea, right? Boil your water, put a slice of ginger in there, and just let the ginger infuse. Infuse? Is that the right word? Infuse into the boiling water with lemon, honey. That's an excellent tea for heartburn.
Keep those hearts rolling in here, guys, while we're hanging out. Yeah, I mean, you have to understand that there's other things that increase heartburn
or
and indigestion.
Contribute to it.
So if those things are happening, it's going to be challenging to fight those.
Right. So a lot of times, food combination is what do you say? Reason that you're having heartburn.
Yeah.
A culprit. That's the word I was looking for. So we want to make sure that certain foods that we combine together make it harder to digest, which gives us heartburn. Meat and dairy is one. So if you put a meat and have a big glass of milk, like a steak and a glass of milk, for example, that is going to be super hard to digest and cause us to have digestion problems, heartburn. So just pay attention to what foods you're eating together, like what foods you're combining together, and what foods are causing you heartburn. Because if you that's why we really suggest a food journal. It's to target the issues you're having. So, for example, if you can track down through a food journal what foods are causing you the heartburn or the gas or the bloating.
Yeah, it's also important to understand that those toxic types of foods like alcohol, tobacco, processed food, refined sugar, those all would increase heartburn. So if you're having ginger bug and you're not paying attention to that other stuff, it's going to be challenging to get rid of it.
That's right.
We do have to wrap things up here at least on Instagram for sure. Instagrammers, we only get an hour on here, so thank you so much for tuning in. I need to move this. We're over here on Facebook as well, facebook.com/trueformlife if you would like to stick around for the last few minutes or visit us next time. But thank you guys so much for joining us on Instagram.
Yes, thank you, Instagrammers, for coming on and joining us. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time for another show, so we'd love to have you back. Bye. Facebookers, we're still here, so as long as you guys are hanging out and we've got questions coming in, we're going to stay a little bit longer. We will have to wrap up soon here and respect your time. I'm sure some of you
have stuff going on tonight.
But if you have some questions, this is what Drew and I love. We love hanging out with you guys, getting to know you more if you're not family. Family friends. And answering questions. It's our most favorite thing to do. And it's funny because in our groups. A lot of times in our monthly membership group, or we run some other private Facebook groups. Right now we're doing a private Facebook group for teachers and reducing stress. But a lot of times people are a bit timid or shy. Am I asking too many questions, or is this a silly question? And we always respond with, we love questions. So no question is too, well, maybe I shouldn't say that with my family on here. No question is too silly. But just ask away if there's more questions out there.
Yeah, let's wrap things up. Trudy just says I'll have to watch from the beginning. Greg says good night, nappy jammy time.
Nappy jammy time. Night, Dad.
And then we have, there's one more. Oh, Kayla says she's putting Leo to bed, so
okay,
we're out of here too.
All right, we're going to head out too because we know that it's into bedtime and Drew's hungry.
Time to eat those wraps, folks.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This is great. This is awesome hanging out with you guys. We couldn't do the show without you. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, with another Cooking with Dorothy. Not quite sure what we're whipping up yet for Cooking with Dorothy. So if you have any ideas that you want us to whip up, let us know in the comments. Something lunch. So we're focusing on lunches. So if you have a favorite lunch recipe or something you'd like us to bring on the show, let us know. We could also catch you. We have our Friday morning live show. So that's at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And it's much like the past half hour or so. We just go with you guys answering questions. More of a Q&A style. We usually have a topic of the day and we just hang out, answer questions, and so you can catch us in the morning on Friday.
Marcel said good night.
Good night, Marcel.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. So thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, and we will catch you on the next Cooking with Dorothy, or maybe we'll catch you Friday morning. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.